How's it going, lads? It's your boy Brad coming at you guys with another zombie theory video. And yes, I know it's been such a long time before I've done one of these, but I have been telling you guys in like my recent videos that I do have a zombies theory coming up. I think I've been talking about this theory for weeks, and after weeks of research, I think it's been about a couple months now, maybe 1.5 months, something like that, I have finally figured out this thing. If you go to Glitching Queen's video, I'll put a link to it in the description. She calls it the worst Easter egg NBO for zombies, and let me explain this for a little bit. She's calling it the worst Easter egg because it's not something that is based around getting a weapon or something. Like all these Easter egg hunters are looking for something for the golden spork. They're not really looking for a storyline value when they're going for these Easter eggs. But you know me, I'm all for the storyline, so let's get right into this theory. And if you guys haven't figured it out already, I am talking about these pictures on Blood of the Dead that she and the No Thumbs crew have found. Of course, I'm going to credit them for this because I believe they were the first ones to find it. I don't know who else is with them. But yeah, I'm going to throw up all of the photos on the screen right now so you can get a good look at them. And there are 5 of these pictures, and I don't believe that they go in a specific order because there's really no way to know the exact order of how to find these. But let's break down these pictures a little bit. In one of these pictures, we see a seagull flying over a bunch of zombies. We can already tell what that is. That is going to be Icarus, also aka Weasel, flying over the zombies, and I'm pretty sure this has something to do with just the fact that he's able to, since he beat the rest of them and killed them instead of them killing him, he's actually able to roam free around this world. He's not bound by purgatory, which is why we see that white light around him and like the darkness around the rest of the zombies, is because he's not controlled by the same thing that's controlling them. He's actually allowed to roam free. The next picture we take a look at is Brutus, and now a lot of people are speculating that this is Stanley Ferguson. What I have to say to that is it's not. Stanley Ferguson would be wearing a guard's uniform. This is clearly the warden's uniform. You can look up a picture of the warden from Alcatraz. It's the same picture. Stanley Ferguson was written off a while ago from the storyline. There's no need to bring him back in here. But as we can tell, this is kind of like the same story, like the same, not story, but the same artwork that we see Weasel doing with his comic book. It kind of looks the same, and it's kind of on that, all the papers are the same, and it's kind of like the same exact paper Weasel uses to draw on if you pay close attention to his comic in the in Mob of the Dead. And then for our third picture, a lot of people are speculating, again, Stanley Ferguson. It's not going to be him, though. This is going to be Richtofen, and if this is the Weasel saying, "Who the hell are you?" to Richtofen, it means that Richtofen has been in his head. As we know, he's also heard Nikolai in his head, which connects Weasel to the Aether. It also connects Nikolai to the Aether, but Nikolai does not know what the Aether is. That's going to be a theory video for another time. We're just talking about these pictures for right now. I'm not really going to get in depth with anything else. But yeah, as we can tell also, the little squiggly lines and stuff, it's kind of like the same stuff that we see on his Bird comic. It kind of looks the same. And the fact, again, that he's saying, "Who the hell are you?" means that he has no idea who Richtofen is. And you can speculate, again, this could just be somebody else. But if you take a look, I'll put a picture of Richtofen on the screen right now. We can see the hat has the same design. The suit has the same design. If you look closely, the lines around his nose and his jaw shape, I mean, a little bit more cartoony in the drawing just because it's a drawing, but they look somewhat similar, and that's what I'm getting at here. Weasel being connected to the Aether, just knowing what the Aether is huge for this storyline, because we just thought that he was just we thought he was just a spirit there to help them, which he kind of was. He knows what the Aether is, which means he's connected to these characters and knows what they're feeling, especially Richtofen. And since we heard him say Nikolai's voice, he is connected to Nikolai as well, which means the reason why he saved them probably is not because the reason he saved them is probably not because he felt bad for them, but because he knew that they served a greater purpose. He probably knew that Primus Richtofen was going to die. This is why we see Ultimus Richtofen instead of Primus Richtofen. Ultimus Richtofen could have told him the plan inside of the Aether, and he doesn't even know who he is. The Weasel is probably one of the biggest variables in this storyline right now, and most of the community hasn't even figured this out yet. And there are 2 other pictures, one of them being a guy that is going towards San Francisco, and we can see the bridge kind of broken in the background, and we also see 2 guys rowing back to Alcatraz. Either they're going to Alcatraz or they're leaving Alcatraz. This could be him dropping him off to Alcatraz and then leaving back to the city. We don't know. And if I don't know exactly what these pictures mean yet. I'm still kind of figuring these two out. But black clouds above Alcatraz could mean that this dimension wasn't even a pocket dimension. This could be another trap rigged. Again, I don't know for sure, but if Alcatraz wasn't an actual pocket dimension and it was part of the actual Earth, it means if we look at the San Francisco picture as well, that San Francisco's destroyed by the darkness, as by showing by the clouds, and you also see the seagull, which means that Weasel could be trying to warn them that it's not just Alcatraz that's affected, it is Alcatraz that is a part of it. Alcatraz is probably the heart of this dimension, but the dimension isn't even a pocket dimension, it's Earth. And that's why we see San Francisco in the other picture showing us. Yes, we do see the dimension go black and white, but as far as we know, this does not mean that this is the end for that map. It does not mean that it is the end for the transit crew, as we can tell. And that's where I'm going to leave you guys off with today, just with a bunch of more questions to be asked. Is this even a pocket dimension? What is going on with Weasel? Who is the guy who are the two people in the boat? So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this theory video, I want you guys to leave a big thumbs up. If you guys are new to my channel and like what you see, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I try to do zombies theories as much as I can, but they're taking longer and longer because I'm putting more and more research into every one, and I really love these videos. So yeah, I'll see you lads in the next video.